shakalaka! Hey everyone, it's the Flying Pig on Flying Pig United. How's it going? Just a little video for you because Manchester United have just announced that they have reached a deal with Shakhtar Donetsk, which would see Fred coming to Old Trafford to Manchester United to play in that red shirt. He's big, he's red, his name is actually Fred, and he's going to play for Manchester United, so that's pretty awesome. I think that's a good signing from Jose Mourinho there. I don't think it's a great signing. It really doesn't whet my appetite that much, but I think he's a good player to have around 100%. I think he's 25 years of age. He's been playing in the Ukrainian league for Shakhtar, good side for a few years. And he's in the Brazil squad this year, so their manager cannot rate him too lowly. I think he's obviously a good player with a lot of talent. And he can add something to Manchester United, but it's not like a real top quality marquee signing that I was expecting, or wanting at least, somebody maybe like a Tony Kroos or something ridiculous like that. That would have been amazing. But fact is, these players maybe right now are just a bit too hard for Manchester United to convince to come to the club, leave a club like Real Madrid. Why is that going to happen? Do you know what I mean? Fred is a player who would definitely relish the prospect of playing for Manchester United 100%. I'm sure this is a very exciting move for him. He'll be looking to make an impact immediately at the club. But the price of the player, the money quoted, I know a lot of fans and myself included, I'm not really too bothered about the money really. But in excess of £50 million, I mean, it sounds a lot, doesn't it? But the way the transfer market is, it's realistic. It's what it is at the moment. It's just the way it is, and football's gone mad, of course, and £50 million plus for Fred, who, let's face it, he's not like an unbelievable, talent that you've just heard so much about, like one of these real top quality world players. No, he's not. He's a good quality player, but I think £50 million is a lot of money, but then again, it's probably the going rate. So I think it's just good that Manchester United have brought this player in, or will be bringing this player in, pending, actually signing on the dotted line, I guess, and agreeing terms with the player. I don't know if that's already been done. Medicals, these sorts of things have to happen, which I believe he will be flying in for. So I think it's an exciting signing for us. 25 years old, approaching the best part of his career now, where he can really stake a claim at one of the best clubs in the world to being one of the best players in the world, and let's hope that he can do that. And let's just hope it's not a freaking another Anderson or something. I'm sure it won't be. But I'm happy about it. It's not blown my socks off, as I say. I want to hear what you guys have got to say about it, of course. But just want to make this video to say that it seems like it's official, because Manchester United have just announced that we've reached an agreement with Shakhtar Donetsk for, I think it's somewhere in the region of 52 million, maybe more than that. But pretty damn awesome. To everybody who's tuning in right now, thanks so much for tuning in. Have yourselves, hope you're having a good day. And Alex Rincon here, he's super chatting already. Nice one, Alex. He said Fred is red. He's obviously over the moon about it. Nathan Reed comments and says we're going to have a midfield with Verratti, Pogba and Fred. Sounds pretty tasty. Heiko Firestorm Tiger says Fred, maybe a little bit underwhelmed by that one. Maybe sort of in my camp, because I obviously am thinking it's good, but it's not great. Do you know what I mean? I want to see what Jose can do now between now and the end of the transfer window. What is he going to do? Who's he going to bring in? I've actually got a video coming very shortly on the channel that I've just made, which is just talking about some of the transfers that are potentially happening for Manchester United, and giving you my opinion on how bullshit they are really, and how realistic some of them are. So I just talked about Fred in that one a little bit, so made myself look a little bit of a mug, because it looks like it's already announced, but I do say basically that I was expecting it to happen. So yeah, it's a good signing. It's a good signing. I'm sat here sort of thinking, yeah, it's good, but I'd like to have seen something a bit more exciting than that. But, a lot of people are happy about it. Walter White, he comments and says, Fred, the Brazilian red. Hope he can bring us that spark we need, a transition from defence to attack a tad quicker. I 100% agree with that, because we've got, if you think about it, Matic and Pogba maybe being the two key midfielders for us under Jose Mourinho, and there's definitely something missing there. I think Matic is very good defensively. Pogba could be very good offensively, but like you say, we're sort of missing that option to really take everything into attack from the defensive position and kick on in that midfield position. I think he's the sort of player that can do that, so I agree. Andy Manchester, how's it going, Andy? He comments and says, hi Pig, happy about Fred, will be good for us. Savic next, hopefully. Yeah, lots of talk. I mean, lots of talk about players that could be coming at the club. I mean, I can think of 5 or 6 off the top of my head that may be signing for Manchester United. Do I think they're all going to happen? Not really. That's why I've made this video. I'll be uploading soon just to give my breakdown on some of them. But Savic, yeah, he's another player that could be potentially signing. Another player that wouldn't really blow my socks off, if I'm totally honest with you. But there we go. But it looks like this Fred deal is going to get over the line, and we are going to sign him definitely. And I think the other most realistic one is Diego Dalot, whatever his frigging name is. I think he's obviously another one that's probably the most realistic to happen. But yeah, I'll be talking about that in a video a bit later. Alex Rincon, he's not bothered about the transfer fee at all, and fair play to you. I think in this market it's the going rate. Oh, I just want to apologise for the echo in this room, by the way. There's nothing in this room at the moment, and it sounds absolutely gash-tastic, doesn't it? Sounds like I'm talking to you in a church or something. So I apologise about that. I've got this shitty microphone here. I mean, what am I doing with this? Do you know what I mean? Just holding it. I look like I'm some sort of racing commentator, and we're coming into the last furlong now. It's Wizard's ball bag. He's approaching the last run of stretch here, and he's gaining on him. He's gaining on him, and he's got Whispering Eye at the last photo finish. Anyway, I'll stop doing that now. But yeah, hopefully it doesn't sound too terrible through this, but it probably does. Nathan Reed, he says, no, I want Verratti as well. Forget Savic, he's not worth it. 120 million, fuck that. Is that seriously how much they were talking about for that player? Because that is absolutely like an insane man. Ruthless Sausage, how's it going? He comments and says, looks like the pig is going for the Fellaini hairstyle. I'm getting there, aren't I? Little ode to Marwan, seeing as he might be leaving the club this summer. Little ode. No, I definitely need to sort this out. It's looking fluffy. It's looking really fluffy. Andy comments and says, I think Premier League might be too much for Verratti. He is a top player, though. Well, that's the thing. And that's the thing with Fred as well. Though I think Fred is quite a physical player. He's sort of like a jack of all trades. He can do all sorts, attack, defend, pass, tackle, all that sort of stuff. So I think he will probably adapt to the Premier League quite well. But a lot of players, you make a good point, a lot of players that could come in that are really good in other leagues, maybe not able to transition so smoothly into playing in the Premier League for a club like Manchester United. It's just not as simple as that. There's been many cases when that's happened. I mean, Juan Sebastian Veron springs to mind, one of the best players in the world at the time, I'm sure. But when he came to United, it just never really happened for the lad, did it? So, it's always a gamble when you bring in somebody into a new league and a new club, new atmosphere, everything. It's how they actually transition to that, how adaptable they are. But I think Fred's more adaptable than, the other player you mentioned, Savic. David Ojawumi comments, yeah, I'm buzzing about the Fred deal. I am too. I think it's a good signing. A lot of money, but good signing, and he could definitely add something to Manchester United's midfield. It begs the question, is there anybody that's going to be leaving Manchester United in that department? Obviously, Carrick's left, so maybe it's just sort of another replacement for him. A.W. Darcy comments, and he says, shitloads better than Fellaini. There you go. I mean, that's not hard, though, is it? There's a lad called Fred Flintstone commenting under you, and Fred Flintstone's probably a lot better than Fellaini as well. So, it's not really that hard, but no, he's done a good job for Manchester United. Fellaini has over his career. He's popped up with some very important goals for us. Jose's got the best out of him, I think. He's not always been this dependable. Under Louis van Gaal, I thought he was gash-tastic, and fair play to Jose. He has managed to get the best out of him, and he has definitely had some sort of input to Manchester United, but I do think that he should be perhaps leaving this summer. Like you say, he's shitloads better than Fellaini, so why? It's all about just getting rid of the players that maybe are not quite up to the standard and improving those positions and bringing in players which are up to the standard. And even if you have got good players, it's not bad to buy a better player, is it? Do you know what I mean? And that's, I think, that we've done what we've done there. Fred Flintstone comments, he says, Fred tested positive for the diuretic hydrochlorothiazide in a sample collected at the 2015 Copa America. Oh dear. Well, that's probably good, mate. That means he's probably jacked. He's probably jacked up there. He's got that Brock Lesnar stuff in him. He's going to tear it up in the Premier League. No, that's not cool. We don't want people taking performance-enhancing drugs, which I'm guessing that's what you said. That's a diuretic, which I believe is used when you're taking steroids or cycling steroids and things like that. So maybe trying to gain a leg up on the competition, but that's not good. But certainly, I don't want to worry about that too much. If that did happen, put that behind him, and put it behind him and move on. MJ Gamer, he comes and says, the medical is done, mate, LOL. Oh, well, that's news to me then. Do you know what I mean? He says, wait an hour or two, there will be more info coming from Man United, teasing us at the moment, yeah. So there was talk about a medical undergoing, and yeah, I heard about it, thought, could be true, could not be true. You never really know unless the club's actually announcing these things, but they've done a reasonable job of keeping this behind closed doors. A lot of people said the deal was done long ago. Maybe that is the case, but of course it takes a lot of T's to cross and I's to dot and all the other malarkeys to it, so they've got to do all that first before they can really officially announce it. Andy comments, right said Fred. Yeah, I don't know why you're bringing that up for, mate. No, I see what you're saying. I see what you did there. Fred is a red. Mark Bandel comments, we're about to get Delat either today or tomorrow, according to Lord Norwood. Yes, I've read about this as well. He's apparently flying in for a medical. Got something to say about that in the video that I'm coming up with shortly. Aqua comments and says, Ukrainian League, LOL. Yeah, okay, he's been in the Ukrainian League. But you have to remember, Shakhtar Donetsk are actually a good European team. I mean, maybe more of a Europa League level team, but still a good European team. They've got good players in there. They can compete against good European teams. But yeah, the Ukrainian League's just not up to the standard, is it? No way. But he's a shining player in their team. He's selected in Brazil's squad for the World Cup. So he can't be that shite. That's what I'm saying. He might not be an absolute world beater. At the very worst, he's going to be like an Anderson or something, which would be very underwhelming. But at the best, who knows? Who knows? He could just be an absolute beast for us. David Ojawumi comments, he's an upgrade on Herrera. Faye Rizal comments, are you excited, Pig? I am excited. I think Manchester United need to be improving our team, bringing in top players, good players, players that can improve other positions in the team. And I think that's what we're seeing. Somebody made a point earlier that he's better than Fellaini, and I think he's maybe a replacement for Fellaini there, or an aging Carrick, and Fellaini's going to go anyway and maybe bring somebody else in. I think that's what we need to do, because I think the likes of Ander Herrera, he's not necessarily up to the standard. I think Pogba's good, but I think he needs to be playing maybe in a more advanced position, and he still doesn't blow me away. Maybe it's just the price tag and everything, and the amazing career he had at Juventus, why I'm so underwhelmed with Pogba's career up to this point. But I think Matic, Pogba, we do need another sort of type of player in there, and I think Fred is that player. So I am excited about it. I think it's a good signing from Manchester United. MJ Gamer comments and says, nice mic, mate. Maybe you're being sarcastic. I'm holding it right in front of my face here. Don't even have like a little stand for it. That's how gangster I am. But yeah, hopefully it's coming through okay. I am in a completely empty room and it is really echoey. So I'm very sorry if it does sound absolutely shit. Jim Olsen, how's it going, Jim? Pink, what's going on with the hair? Shocking. That's not very nice, is it, Jim? Come on, mate. Give me some slack. But no, you're right, it doesn't look good. But as I mentioned earlier on in the video, it's a little ode to Marwan, because he's leaving, going to grow it out and give it to Fellaini. Roy Keane comments and says, hey Pig, it's freaking Roy Keane in my comment section. How's it going? We could do with you, pal. Thanks very much for commenting. K-Ram Ali, love it, Flying Pig United, keep up the great work. Thank you very much, K-Am, I really appreciate that. Right, any more comments here about Fred? Another super chat here from Alex Rincon. He's keen. He says, will you not cut your hair until we lose again next season? Oh, I don't know if I can commit to that, mate, because, I mean, it's not just the front and the top here that's looking absolutely gashtastic. If I turn my head, I mean, what's that? It's like the beginnings of a mullet. I'm going to have to get that attended to. Sorry, mate, I've done that before, Alex. You know I have, but, oh, holy shit, but I don't want to do that to you or me this summer, quite frankly. But yeah, I mean, I think I'm going to pretty much wrap it up there. Red Devils, Moo, how's it going? Thank you for the comment there. Andy Manchester, the true channel for true Reds. Get local and subscribing, guys. Thank you very much. Don't know why I went Welsh there, but I did. Atheist Dingo comments and says, is there a more boring sport than football? Yes, there is, mate. There's about 1 million more boring sports than football. Giant Red Devil says, I hope Fellaini joins Arsenal. I know, I mean, it does make me laugh. If Fellaini did join Arsenal, just imagine that. I would love it, because it's almost like a Trojan horse or something. It's like you send him in there, he's going to open the gates and he's going to fuck shit up. You know, because he is a liability, Fellaini, but obviously their new manager over there rates him. So, good luck to him. If we can get Fellaini off the books and give Arsenal a little kick as well at the same time, then it's no bad thing, is it? I think Fellaini's a good player, like I said earlier in the video. He's done good for us at times, scored some important goals, been a big player for us at times. Gives you a different option, doesn't he? But he does have the touch of a newborn baby. And I personally think that we should be improving him, and if we can ship him off to Arsenal, aka the glue factory, and allow him to, just put him out to pasture at Arsenal there and let him mug them off and cause them all sorts of issues, then I think that's an absolute bonus. Right, I'm going to wrap it up there. To everybody commenting here, Jay Harrod, thank you so much for your comment, mate. He says, love the channel, or something along those lines. Hang on, I'm getting a phone call come in here. 2 seconds. I'm going to have to wrap this up. Cantona, love your honesty. Thank you very much, mate. Right, I'm going to have to leave it there, but like I said, there's another video coming on the channel very, very soon, so keep a look out for that. Just breaking down some of the transfer speculation in my own style, giving you my opinion on what I think is going to happen and what's not going to happen. Talk about a few players in that. Fred's one of them. I said that it's looking likely Fred's going to be joining, and now it definitely looks like he's going to be joining. So thanks very much for watching. Take it easy. I'll see you very soon. Have yourselves a good one. This is the Pig on Flying Pig United. Take it easy. Come on, United. Fred's a red. I'll see you very, very soon. Have yourselves a good one, and goodbye.